everyone, welcome back. So this is my most highly requested video thus far, and I'm so thrilled to finally be talking about this. Your questions are about specifically what I ate while trying to conceive while exclusively breastfeeding. So the struggle is how do you get your cycle back? We all know that's a really big issue. If you are exclusively breastfeeding, sometimes it can take quite a long time to regain your cycle. And each mama and family has their own specific reasons for wanting to. The time between having children, not to have any more children at all, or to conceive and have another child close in age, to have a small age gap. We all have our own specific reasons, and to each family their own, and I certainly understand the pull to want to have less spacing between children, and sometimes if that's what your wish is, it's really difficult. If you are continuing to breastfeed and not getting a cycle, can be really, really frustrating. So what I'm going to be talking about, I will link the video that I filmed previously. It discusses an article that I came across after reading many things that talked about weaning your baby being really the only option. That was something that I found pretty distressing at that time, specifically between having my first baby and my second baby, because I was just so eager to get pregnant again, and I knew that I wasn't ready, and my baby Eve was not ready to start weaning, and I didn't want to rush her because because we were ready to have another child. So it was really kind of a pulling of the heart in both ways, and not wanting to be selfish, and then, so it was really a struggle for me. So when I came across this article, I was so excited about it, and I shared it with you all, and I'm so happy to hear that it helped so many of you, and it just makes me so thrilled. I also want to do just a quick disclaimer. I am not a nutritionist, although I do have family and friends who are, and I feel very grateful that I've had some knowledge and information passed on to me, and also I've done a lot of research that has really helped me to learn and to help myself. So I'm just passing along information that worked for me. Every body is different, every mama is different, everyone has different reactions to things, so please know, obviously take it with a grain of salt. This is just me passing along something that worked for me, and in the hopes that it works for you and that it benefits you in some way. So with that being said, I'm just gonna roll right into what I ate. So when I am now pregnant with my third baby, so I've done this twice and it has helped me each time. First of all, number one, there are three things I did. One is I would increase my sugar intake and my nutritional intake. So specifically, I was trying to have a glucose spike, and I'll start there. So in order to do that, what I actually did was 3 to 4 days prior to starting this, I actually lessened my sugar intake almost completely. So because I knew I was sort of wanting a shock, I didn't want to gradually, just kind of increase. I thought that it may be beneficial to lessen and then increase. And so about 3 to 4 days, I would just really stop all sugar, not eat fruit, not eat bread or things that turn into sugar in the body. And I primarily was eating healthy fats and meats and more of a macronutrient diet, and vegetables, beans, those sort of things, just things that didn't turn into sugar so easily in the system, and no fruit, which was hard for me. But that's what I did. And then on the 4th or 5th day, I jumped into juicing. I would start my day with a juice. So, and when I say that, a home juice, I would go to the grocery store, get a wide variety of organic fruits and vegetables. I made sure to wash them very well. I did get food poisoning one time from lettuce that I got from the store, and it scared me so much. So I'm very careful to really wash my fruits and veggies. I even go to the trouble, I blanch it. I don't know that that's necessary, it's probably overkill, but I do blanch them just for that extra reassurance. And then I would make a juice. So I would start off, and it's just your typical juice, your typical base. Cucumber for its water content primarily. Apples, oranges, ginger root. I like a bit of jalapeno because I enjoy a little bit of spice. You know, it just really any fruits. It was just a higher in fruit content, whereas previously I would want to be higher in, and I did kale and some sort of dark leafy green as well, but I really made sure that it was heavy on the juice side. And that was what I would start my day off with. I limited my caffeine, so whereas before I'm a coffee lover, I absolutely treasure and just enjoy every second of my coffee each morning. So this was also one that was not my favorite thing, but I'm used to it. We're all used to it. If you've been pregnant before, you have to decrease that anyway. So I would just do a small amount of coffee in the morning, and then I would, you know, do a lot of milk and a bit of sugar. So that's the way that I would start my day. Also want to note, instead of going for a run, instead of doing something like that, I started to walk. I decreased my exercising, I limited it, and I had it be a lot more lax. I pretty much treated it as if I were pregnant as far as my exercising go, like first trimester wise. I always take it a bit easy. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stressing myself or pushing myself. And that's just something that I did. In kind of paying attention to my body, I just decided to take it easy a bit. So that was the way I would start my day. Then about a half hour to an hour later, I would always have an oatmeal. It's just my preference in starting my day. I would do an oatmeal. I tried to do everything organic. I do that anyway. So just kind of preface each thing with that. I would do cut up peaches, cut up pears, banana, flaxseed, whole organic milk. I went for the whole milk. It was a suggestion from my mother. Again, this isn't like a vegan or specifically diet-based thing, so you'll have to adjust things to have whatever works for your body and whatever you prefer. But that's what I did. And then I would always top it with maple syrup, and that would be my breakfast. If I wanted a snack or a brunch or something like that, I do avocado toast with lemon, salt, or apples and nut butter, you know, that, or granola with fruit in it and chocolate, you know, anything like that. Those were my probably 3 go-to snack things. So I would swap those out. For lunch, I would do, if I had a brunch, then I wouldn't do a smoothie, but I would always either do a snack like that as a brunch or after lunch. And I would throw in a smoothie either before or after lunch as well as a tide me over. And a smoothie, I get the berries or fruit mixes that are frozen from the store that are organic, and I just pour that in, pour some frozen spinach or frozen kale. I'm sorry, frozen kale. I don't like the taste of frozen spinach very much, so I would always do frozen kale, a bit of organic vanilla whey protein powder, and whatever milk, either whole milk or some sort of almond milk. So that was something I would always do either before or after lunch. So it had plenty of fruit, it was sweet, it had all those things. For lunch specifically, I switched it up a lot, you know, a salad or sandwich or something like that, but I always made sure to have a protein, typically some sort of meat source, avocado, or I basically had about a half an avocado a day. That's just a way I ensure that I get enough healthy fat. And then I would just make sure that I had, you know, like I would do like orange juice mixed with water, like half and half or something of that nature. And then for dinner, I didn't worry about it very much. For dinner, I would just do sort of whatever, you know, whatever is my norm, spaghetti or just anything. I don't know. I can't really give much information on that. But after dinner, I would always do the same sort of dessert, which is a whole fat yogurt or Greek yogurt, plain, and I would cut up fruit, and I would do either grape nuts or some sort of granola with a bunch of honey. So that was a staple. And then also though, sometimes I would do ice cream, or sometimes I would do brownies, or if we were having whatever, or pie, I didn't worry about it. I just wanted to make sure that I had that. So that's essentially what I did pretty much on a daily basis. I didn't go too far left or right of that. There's a little bit of variation, but in general, that was my day of eating. And plenty of water. I always put juice in it. I would always mix my water with apple juice or orange juice or cranberry juice or pomegranate juice. And I was eating plenty. So when I had my lunch, when I had my dinner, when I had my breakfast, they were large quantities. I was pushing myself a bit and just being sure that I really, really was my body was getting plenty. And then also decreasing my exercise level just to a point that was kind of relaxed and felt leisurely, I would say, and decreasing my caffeine. Both times I just ensured that I was not in a weight loss phase, that I was in a weight gain phase. The first time I gained roughly 3 pounds before I got the return of my cycle. The second time I gained around 5, and both times it evens out after I get pregnant, and in that first trimester it sort of works itself out. So I don't worry about that at all. I am 14 weeks with my third baby. I'm so thrilled that it worked again. That is what I did each time. I also feel that it sets me up for a healthy pregnancy. I think that it really sets my system up for nourishment, and my milk quality is good. I'm still breastfeeding my second baby, and she is 17 months. So we are continuing on, and whenever she's ready to finish, I will be finished as well. So I just wait for her to take her lead, as I did with my first daughter, Eve. So anyway, I hope that answered some of your questions. Again, I will link the first video I filmed and that many of you have seen in the description box below, just in case you haven't. Also, I will link the article that goes into full detail, a lot better than I am able, but I hope that answered a lot of your questions. Again, that's just my interpretation of the article and then what I did and what worked for me. I hope that gave you some tips or some idea, and I hope that you have all the luck and blessings in the world. I know that it's so tough when you're really wanting to you know, get your body to do something and to come on. It's hard to wait. So I just wish you all the luck in the world and the best to you and your families. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you all very soon.